friends. Welcome to our brand new series of past life regression, past life experiences. Today, we have brought to you some transformative stories of past life regressions. And before we begin, I would like to share with you some of the benefits of past life regression. The therapy helps to process unresolved trauma, fears, and grief, providing pathway to emotional healing. Past life experiences can help conquer phobias and nightmares. Past life regressions resolve conflicts in current relationships and improve relationships. And the most important and the benefit is that we tend to stop the blame game and take responsibility for our own actions and stop judging and criticizing others. So overall, it serves as a tool for personal growth and healing. Today, we have 6 participants who are going to share their past life experiences. And so those are the ones. Dr. Trupti Jayin, past life as Rani Rupmati. Puja Arora, past life with Sai Baba. Disha, past life as Leonida. I'm sorry, I'm not able to pronounce it right. It's a Russian name. And Preena, the 1665 plague past life. Mrinalini, past life with her son. And Nishita, the 1947 partition story. So we shall first begin with our first participant. It's none other than our very own mentor, guide, philosopher, my dear soul sister, Dr. Trupti Jayin. Dr. Trupti Jayin is a past life regression therapist and trainer who has trained all of us here, a clinical psychologist, and of course her list of accolades is very long, and I'm not going to go into that. It's all available on websites, so you can please check it out. It's all on Google. You can just Google her name and you will see all related information. And Trupti Jayin actually spontaneously regressed into a past life. So over to you, Trupti ji, and please share with us your experience of your past life regression. You have regressed thousands of people, but we would like to know what was your lifetime that you saw. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Arsha ji. Thank you and welcome to Thinking Thursday and to this wonderful series that's been put together by the team of Thinking Thursday. So I'm just going to share my spontaneous regression into my past life. Actually, it was done in a workshop. So somebody was taking a workshop in 2016, and I was participating in that. I was just like a audience member, and suddenly this past life came to me. Now, this past life, I saw that I was a queen. I did not know the name of the person, but slowly the name just came to me. It was Rani Rupmati. I had no idea about Rani Rupmati. I've never read about her. I don't know anything about her. So I was a little skeptical when the memory started coming to me, and it came to me like a download. It just started coming. And I was wondering, like, who is this person that I'm seeing? She was young, she was beautiful. And then I saw myself on a horse with a man. And this man I knew was my husband in my current lifetime, Madan Jain. And I saw him, and then the name flashed to me, Baz Bahadur. And I saw that he was a Muslim, and we were in love with each other. And then I saw that I was in his palace, and then I saw my kind of pavilion. So he had made this palace for me because we were so much in love with each other. Yeah, that's this was the kund, like the bathing kund that was there. And interestingly, when I experienced that lifetime, I also saw that the place which was where we were living, okay, which I'd never visited in MP, India, which is called Mandu. And I saw the whole stone structure and everything in front of my eyes. And then I heard like somebody telling me that they have been attacked, like the Mandu kingdom has been attacked by the Mughals. And then there was a lot of noise that I heard. So I'm basically clairaudient. So I can hear a lot of things, like people speaking to me, people talking amongst each other. So I could get the conversations that, the Mandu kingdom has been attacked by the Mughals. And then somebody said that this particular person, okay, I could hear the name, Adnan Khan, he has come and he's going to take me away. And because I was very beautiful or whatever, and then I could hear that we are going to lose the battle. And there was a place where I saw that I was standing with the Dasis and I was looking down at the war taking place. And somebody said that, we are attacked and we're going to lose the war. And post that, I could feel that if I'm going to be kidnapped or taken away, that's not going to be right. And I may be treated in a very disrespectful manner. So I take some kind of, I could feel, first I didn't know what I was taking. I couldn't see that, but I could feel that my throat was burning. And after that, I realized that there was some poison that I had consumed and committed suicide, because otherwise we would be obviously raped or taken away or kidnapped or abducted or something like that. And so I took my own life. Now, when I saw this experience and then I opened my eyes and then I Googled, because I didn't know this story at all. When I Googled, I could, because the year had come to me, okay, 1551. So when I Googled the name Rani Roopmati Baz Bahadur in 1551, it showed me the story. But interestingly, on Google, there's not much on this pair, except that they were in love. And the whole love saga is very famous of Mandu in India. So interestingly, I'm going to just say a couple of things which I have realized after seeing this experience. Baz Bahadur was a Muslim king, fell in love with the shepherdess Roopmati. And Roopmati was a Hindu and Baz Bahadur was a Muslim. They met in very unusual circumstances, both of them, because she was a shepherdess and he was a king. So obviously there was no match. Interestingly, Madan and I, my husband and I, also met under very unusual circumstances. It was impossible that we could have ever met, except for the unusual circumstances in my life that were created. And then we met each other. My husband, Madan, belongs to an extremely orthodox family where women live in the Parda system. Though he's a Rajput, but obviously there are separate rooms for women and separate for men. And in his own family also, people used to have the ghungat. Um, when I was Rani Roopmati, I was obviously kept under Parda because obviously I'd married a Muslim. So there was some similarity there that was coming up. Baz Bahadur was very fond of music and arts, and my husband belongs to the field of theatre and movies, though he is not very musical at all. He doesn't have a musical ear. Okay. I love nature and outdoors, so does he. But he is more like a warrior. So he loves a lot of combat sports, gymming, exercising, running, walking, even horse riding is something that he's learned, which is very similar to the fact that at one point he was a king. Uh, Very interestingly, Baz Bahadur was very fond of music. But because his wife, Rani Roopmati, committed suicide and died, he was extremely angry against the Mughals. Though later on, they say that he went into the court of Akbar and eventually passed away in 1558. So it is possible that my husband did not take to music because of the fact that, in that lifetime, though he loved music and whatever transpired in his life, maybe he didn't take that talent, though he took the talent of being in the movies. Interestingly, Madan is a Rajput, and it is said that Baz Bahadur went to Rajasthan to seek help. So it is possible that in this lifetime he was born into a warrior caste, which eventually his family turned to Jainism, to non-violence. So how in that lifetime he was in a violent space and in this lifetime he's turned to nonviolence. So our love story, my husband and I love story, began in 1551. We have another lifetime that we have lived together in 1856, and now in 1983 is when we met. Both these lifetimes that I have lived before, I have died young by committing suicide in both my lifetimes, leaving him alone. So I'm hoping that in the current lifetime, we have a longer life together and our love story completes in this current lifetime. And so, yes, interesting. One more interesting fact that is there is Baz Babu was Muslim and he was betrayed by his own community, right? The Mughals. And in this lifetime, Madan is born a Hindu and Hindus helped him. Interestingly, many of his friends today are also Muslims. So, whether you're born a Hindu or a Muslim, some connection from your past life is going to continue in your current life also. Rani Rupmati was very fond of poetry and singing and sitting for long hours looking outside the window at nature. I'm also very much like that. So, certain personality traits also we can carry forward. So, this is my interesting love saga, which is continuing even today between my husband and me. So, thank you so much.
Wow, that was so interesting. So interesting. And are there any other learnings that you got from this lifetime? Anything else that you realized that it was what was there in the past and it is also in the present?
Well, I think both of us are very fond of each other. But obviously, there is a lot of friction also. So I think the friction was there then also, the friction is there now also. At that time, I think because I died early, the kind of time that we spent together was very less. So I think in this current lifetime, we spend a lot of time together. Like he will tell me that I think I can speak to you the whole night. So though we've been married for like what 40 years, I think we can still have a conversation for the whole night. So this speaks a lot about love and how love can override anything else in one's life.
Absolutely. Wonderful. That was such a beautiful story.
Thank you.
And I wish everyone gets a partner like that. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So our next participant is Puja Arora. She's a tarot card reader, a numerologist, a past life regression therapist, and a holistic life coach. And she did this past life regression to identify the cause of being a nagging mother. She was a nagging mother, and she couldn't handle that, and she didn't like that, and she wanted to understand why is she nagging her child all the time. So over to you, Puja. We would love to hear your story, and this will be I'm sure it'll be an inspiration and motivation to many mothers, because a lot of us are kind of nagging our children all the time. Yes. So please go ahead, Puja.
Good evening, everyone, and a very happy Independence Day. Okay, now my story is that I was a nagging mother, always complaining, and my I could somewhere understand that it was not the proper growth for my child, and somewhere I could understand that, but I couldn't control myself when he was around, and I was always nagging and very insecure and very protective towards him, not making him able to do anything, and it was a distraction altogether because I was not peaceful at all. So the story began when I was in Rishikesh training for my masters under Trupti ma'am. And one of my batchmates was doing my regression. I was a subject there. And I went through a regression where I was seeing, I mean, I was asked to see what kind of ground do you see. So I was seeing a little muddy and a little bit of a ground where there was grass as it is. And as I went further, it was a village. And then when I was asked who was I, so then I saw myself wearing a kurta and a dhoti, a proper Indian attire. I was wheatish complexion, and I was like a man of a middle-aged man, and I saw myself as Appa Kote. The name was Appa Kote. And later on, I realized this man was very much close to Baba, very, very much close to Baba. He was a devotee to Baba, and he would go and serve food to Baba. His wife would cook food, and he would go and serve food to Baba. Um, and he was very, very devoted to Baba. And sometimes Baba would come to his house and have food. Sometimes he would go to the temple. It was like a village temple, and further I saw there were a lot of bells ringing. Otherwise, I'm a very visual person. Even in my all my regressions, I'm very visual. And I could, in that place, I could hear a lot of bells ringing, and it was like a village. And the year was 1910, and bells were ringing, and I found my new auditory kind of a tool where I could just not understand. Then further, I saw uh, when I saw Sai Baba in front of me in during the regression, I was crying and there was tears in my eyes. Uh, uh, Further, I saw the village. Further, I saw Baba eating food, and my wife very passionately cooked food for Baba. Very passionately, she loved Baba a lot, and she cooked food. I was a very, very rich man. I had a lot of land, a lot of property, and I had a lot of rental income also. And then I had a son in that lifetime who was very much, when I saw him, he was very much like my son, like same exactly. I realized it was my son. And he was always complaining, why are you going to the fakir, why are you always um, आप फकीर के पीछे ही पड़ गए हो, आप फकीर को सब कुछ दे दोगे, and all that. He was very insecure, and he was into wrong company, and he was not very much in the right path, and that disturbed me a lot. And he was not understanding anything, and my devotion for Baba was so immense that I was very, very disturbed due to this. And then later on, I even saw this child of mine was into wrong company. He was into intoxicated substances, he was into drugs, he was into smoking. And due to that, I felt sick, and I did not really take it very positively, and I felt sick, and I died after some years. And my son, then I was taken to the spirit world and asked, what do you see as your son now? So I see that my son is very disturbed. He couldn't see, he couldn't tolerate my death, and the grief was so immense that he diverted towards Baba, and even became a bigger devotee of Baba, and he left all the wrong things that he was doing. He left everything, and he became even a further very immense devotee of Baba. Then further, when I saw that, I was taken to my spirit guides and everything, and I was guided that, this child of yours was born for understanding exactly what his life is going to shape, further. He made a big name in the Sai Baba temple. His name today is was Tatya Kote. And this is a picture where I happened to visit Shirdi in 2012. I visited Shirdi in 2012, right 100 years after my death, because in that lifetime I passed away in 1912. And in this lifetime in 2012, I visited Shirdi with my son. And it so happened in 2007, I named my son Sai, and his name is Sai. I call him Sai. We all call him Sai. And he was born in 2007. And now I also have a tattoo which I got done in 2015. And this regression took place in 2016. So it was very validating. After that, we saw the Google and everything. And it was very validating that how everything just fell in place. And to my surprise, in this lifetime, my son, he was very little. He was, I think, 7 or 8. And I was at the market with him. He would stop people. He would just go randomly to anybody who was smoking, and he would stop people from telling them, please, ye mat piyo, don't drink, don't smoke. It's going to ruin your life. So I used to tell him, don't do this because nobody's going to listen. He says, I can't control myself when I see somebody smoking. So he would just go out of his way and tell people, don't smoke. Till today, he's against all the smoking, especially smoking triggers him. Whenever he sees somebody smoking, he just cannot take it. And okay, and I think after the regression, I've been very calm, very, very calm. It has changed my life altogether, and I've learned to surrender a lot. That's all.
Wonderful, wonderful, Puja. That's so nice. So nice to hear your story. So, what different learnings have you got from this past life? What did, and in what ways has it changed your life now after the regression?
Initially, I was very hyper with my child. I would not let him be calm. Now it is changed to some extent. I would not even let him go to the balcony alone. I would think he would jump off. I was so insecure as a mother.
Okay.
I would not even, it was like really, really bad. Even myself, I could understand I'm not doing something wrong for his, I'm doing something wrong for his growth. So then this was the main issue. I got the past life done. And this is what all I saw.
Okay.
And then I have learned to surrender. My connection with Baba has become really good, really strong. And I've learned to surrender. The surrender is something that I would really count on. I just don't take tension anymore and I surrender completely.
Wonderful. Any other I mean, how do you now, what is different from the previous life now, and now how differently do you live your life? Like, you do you go to the mandir more often, or do a lot of pujas? And since you have seen yourself now, in your past life that you were connected with Baba. So do you
Okay,
do a
so
lot of rituals and stuff?
my,
You share that.
yes, I am a person who would go to a temple every day if I had to. Like I'm a very, very, I'm a spiritual person, yes, but I like to do rituals. Like I'm a very ritualistic person. And so is my son. He's a very mythological person as well. And he would participate in the Ramayana and all these, mythological shows and everything, and mythological plays. And even me, I go to the temple every day. And I'm a very person who loves going to the temple. I feel so much peace going to the temple. If one day I don't go, I feel there's something lacking. So yes, that comes from the past. There is some impression of me being religious somewhere.
Hmm.
Yes,
So past life has really increased your devotion,
absolutely.
you would say.
Absolutely. I was devoted in that lifetime. And I've seen in other lifetimes also where I've been um, disciples of many other gurus also. So
Okay.
somewhere I mean, it is like that. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pooja, for sharing your very devotional life with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So next, we are going to have Disha with us. She is going to be sharing her life story that she has seen in the previous life. Disha is a lawyer. She's a past life regression therapist and NLP practitioner. And she did this past life for the fear of tunnels. And her story is very interesting. Please, Disha, go ahead and share your story with us. How did you do your past life?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Varsha ma'am, for allowing me to speak now. A very happy Independence Day to everyone. मेरी स्टोरी मुझे खुद ही नहीं पता थी कि कैसे शुरू हुई. हम लोग ऋषिकेश में थे and I was doing regression on one of my batchmate. और regression complete हो गया. हम आके मैम को briefs देने लगे and मैम asked me कि तुम हर बार और techniques apply करते हो. Why don't you use tunnel thing? So I said, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. And after listening to this, and ma'am tied a dupatta on my eyes and she said, now see, you are in a tunnel. What are you doing? And I saw myself as a very young, beautiful girl. And I was standing next to a convertible Mercedes, blue color Mercedes. And I was also wearing blue clothes, bluish, grayish. And a handbag which was also blue in color. And I was smoking cigar. तो हाँ देख के लग रहा था कि कुछ affluent family की है और she can she's belonging to some upper class kind of a thing. तो फिर मैंने उसके जब डॉक्यूमेंट्स देखे तो उस पे नाम लिखा हुआ था इलियाना and Russia. And then yeah, I mean these two things were pretty clear. Or date of birth आया 1893. So इतना देखने के बाद फिर उसके बाद suddenly I saw a truck coming to me and the truck dashed. And that was a very severe accident. And because वो टनल के पास था तो शायद वो एक डर मेरे अंदर था जो मैंने कभी रियलाइज ही नहीं किया. फिर वहां से आने के बाद मैंने एक्सप्लोर किया और मैंने देखा कि एक होता है दिमाग में रहता है कि ओके मैंने इतनी डेट्स देख ली हैं तो लेट मी जस्ट चेक कि whether the person exists or not. So yes, Ileana existed, and she was a very famous. She was Russian born, a very famous dancer and a very famous choreographer. Um, Plus, yeah, she used to travel to Italy, France, and then she established her theater in the US. And she was a very, very popular name at that point of time. और बहुत बड़े बड़े थिएटर्स ड्रामास she used to direct, she used to choreograph, और she used to give her performances. So I was very kind of impressed by myself that, oh, I am someone who was really known to people and who was into some elite class and a very popular personality. And yeah, I mean, very popular personality. And later on, I saw myself and I saw Ileana, and we had, quite striking resemblance as well. तो ये देख के मैं वाकई में चौंक गई थी क्योंकि इतनी ज्यादा स्ट्राइकिंग रिजेम्बलेंस और इतना कुछ एक जैसा मिलना और इतनी सारी डेट्स इतना सारा कुछ डेटा पता चलना. So that was really, really surprising, shocking, overwhelming. तो मुझे तो ऐसा लगा जैसे मैं खुद को ही मिल गई. I just found myself.
Wow.
So this was something which was, I mean, which makes me emotional right away also because मैं खुद को पहचान पाई कि हाँ ये मैं हूँ. मेरी एक आइडेंटिटी उस टाइम पे भी थी, मेरी एक आइडेंटिटी है.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Disha, for sharing that. And Disha, are you there?
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah. Okay. So, Disha, in what ways has that life impacted your current life after the regression? Do you see any changes? I mean, any similarities from that life and this life? I mean, have you changed?
Yes, there are various similarities. So from that life, yes, um,
Do you
I
dance?
loved
Do you
dancing.
dance and stuff?
Yes,
Do you
I
dance
still
and sing?
dance.
Okay.
Yes, I still dance. I
Mm-hmm.
have learned Kathak and I still dance. This is the recent picture of my performance, stage performance. So
Oh,
I still dance.
oh,
And of late, I have started learning and coming back to my Kathak because it was a huge gap. Now I have started learning Kathak again. This was my recent picture of a stage performance.
lovely.
So
That's beautiful.
after a long time, I gave this a stage performance.
Okay.
Singing, I don't think I'm so good at that because maybe I fulfilled my singing in past life, but dancing is still which makes me feel me. It makes me feel out of the world. When I dance, it's me only connected with me. मुझे
Hmm.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
Okay.
And when I'm at stage, मुझे कोई नहीं दिखाई देता, मुझे सिर्फ ये दिखाई देता है कि मैं डांस कर रही हूँ. मुझे म्यूजिक सुनाई देता है और मैं डांस करती हुई दिखाई देती हूँ बस. और
Wow.
कुछ नहीं दिखता.
Wonderful.
And I feel like a celebrity. I am a celebrity. मुझे
Of
लगता है
course,
हाँ मैं celebrity
of
हूँ.
course you are. You were and you are a celebrity.
I am a celebrity.
I think all of us are going to come and take an autograph from you now.
I would be really glad. Please take before I really become a celebrity too busy to give autographs.
Oh my God. But I'm sure you won't forget our, old friends, TT friends.
Exactly. Absolutely. This is my family. This is my
Thank
soul family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I would like to say something more.
Yes, please.
When I was kind of framing what I need to say, so nothing much came up in my mind what I want to say. But then, एक शेर अपने आप ही बन गया.
Yes, please.
चले थे हम किसी और की सच की तलाश में. चले थे हम किसी और की सच में तलाश में. जानते न थे खुद से रूबरू होंगे.
Wow. Beautiful.
Wow.
That's so nice. That's so
Thanks.
nice. Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Disha, for sharing your life with us. All right. So our next participant is Preena. Preena, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. So Preena is a past life regression therapist and auto writing. She does auto writing. She does counseling. She's a psychologist, and she did a past life regression to address her issue of allergies to dust and dirt. So Prisha, tell us. I'm sorry. Preena, please tell us what did you see in your past life, and did that help? Please tell us.
Hello, everyone, and a very happy Independence Day to all. I like Varsha mentioned that I went into regression for my allergies. I suddenly, at the age of 27, developed severe allergies to dust and dirt and anything in nature, whether it's grass or whether it's mud. I wouldn't be able to touch plants. My mom had a lot of bonsai plants at home, and I would never even go near them. Even if she told me to help her with them, I wouldn't really touch them. And this all happened after the age of 27. It was very sudden, and the allergies were so severe that it would affect my everyday life. For instance, like I would go to work every day in the morning, and my office desk was made of wood. And if I rested my arms on it, like when I was working on the computer or to do anything, I would break out into severe hives, and they would be extremely itchy and uncomfortable, making me very irritable. And I had to ensure that the boy in office would actually clean my desk every single day with water and Dettol, and they would do it in front of me to reassure me. And it still wouldn't help. After around 5 minutes, I would be like breaking out into hives again if I touched it. And eventually, they had to actually give me a glass top because I just couldn't function otherwise. And
Sorry, Prisha.
when
Sorry, Prisha. I would like to understand why you wouldn't get allergies on a glass top, but you would get allergies on a desk.
it was very strange, but the glass is like man-made, artificial, anything to do with nature, like trees, plants, mud, sand, even dust, like anything. If I would see dirt or dust or even walk bare feet in the house is when I would get affected by it immediately.
Okay.
So like I had to be on antihistamines every day, twice a day, 365 days of the year. It was crazy. And like when I went to the therapist and she regressed me, the first thing that I saw was blood. The first word that came to me was blood. And I could see, I was telling her that I can see blood in the River Thames. And so I knew that I was in London. And she asked me, why do you see blood? What are you seeing? What is happening around you? Is somebody hurt? And I said, no, it looks like there could be a civil war. She's saying, turn around and look around what's happening. And at that time, I saw that there were people lying on the streets of London. It was quite deserted. It was not very crowded. And I immediately picked up that the elite had left London, had escaped basically to save their lives, and the rest were left to face their fate. And I realized that they were all dying not because of a civil war, but because of plague. And as I walked around the city, I could see garbage, I could see dirt, I could see dust. I mean, I could see rats scurrying around all over the place. And there were just people sick and ill all over. Some of them were dying, desperately looking for help. And I could see wagons, I could see carriages and wagons that were filled with people. They were just piling people on, like the bodies of the dead were actually being piled on into these wagons to be taken for mass burials. They had dug huge pits in the ground, and they were like just bearing people together because of the number of dead that they had to deal with. It was just like crazy. It was sad. It was gruesome. Uh, and as I'm standing and I am watching everything unfold in front of me, there is a realization as well that I had lost my entire family at that time, and and the only one who had survived from amongst my family. And the best thing that I noticed during this time was that I did not stop. I did not let grief overtake me. In fact, I see myself helping those who needed the help at that time. I see myself eventually in a hospital, assisting in whatever way I could, because the doctors and the nurses seemed to be completely overworked. And when she asked me to progress further after this entire horrific episode was over, I see myself in the latter half, happily married with a child, living a very happy and peaceful life. Um, the biggest insight or the understanding, so to speak, that I got from this lifetime was that I did not succumb to guilt uh, of losing my family and the grief, but I carried on doing what I needed to do, helping those who needed the help when it was required, and also accepted and embraced the love that I got in my life at a later point, and lived happily and peacefully. I lived that life the way I should have. Another very big realization that I got was why why these allergies started actually at the age of 27. In that particular life, I have lost all my loved ones at that age because of plague. And I realized that at the age of 27 in my current life, I had been separated permanently. It was like it was a deep loss for me from somebody I loved very, very much. And that loss triggered the allergies because it reminded me that I have lost somebody, and the immediate trigger was the allergies, because that's what I experienced in that life, the dust. Um, and it was just a beautiful realization. Uh, and the biggest gift after this regression was that I was healed and cured from these allergies almost by 90%. And yeah, I'm able to live a very normal life without taking any antihistamines anymore.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that very profound lifetime, that where you had lost all your loved ones, and at the same age, it triggered those allergies where you had lost your loved ones at age 27, and in this life, your allergies started at age 27.
Yes.
Wow. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. And what are the learning? What lessons did you learn from this? I mean, how past life helps people to heal themselves?
So the most important lesson that I learned, Varsha, was that you mustn't let grief or sad things overtake you and actually not fulfill what you need to fulfill in your lifetime. If you've been given a life, you must live it to the fullest. There's always more. There's always more that unfolds, and life is beautiful. And just losing something does not mean it's the end of your life. You'll always get more if you actually live the way you're meant to live.
Absolutely.
There's no end to the receiving. You'll always receive the love. You'll always receive the peace if you move in the right direction.
Absolutely. And whatever is happening to us, I mean, since I'm also a past life regression therapist, I have understood that everything happens for a reason. There is always a cause in the
Yes.
I mean, whatever is happening to us in this current life, there is a cause in our previous lives.
Yes. Yes.
There's a root cause that for that reason it's happening to us in this life. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Preena. All right. So our next participant is Mrinalini Sinha. Mrinalini Sinha she leads marketing operations in a Japanese pharma. And she did the past life regression for difficult relationship with her son. So Mrinalini, would you like to please come and share your story with us?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Varsha, ma'am, for giving us the platform today. Very grateful. for this opportunity. So I always wanted to do past life regression. I don't know since when. There was something, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? And I got an option to do, or opportunity to do last November with Trupti Jayin ma'am. And this was through Zoom. So I
It
live
was done
outside.
online. It was done online.
Yes, it was an online group session,
Mhm.
and I did it last November.
So it was a group session. It was not one-to-one.
No, it was not one-to-one.
Okay. All
But
right.
I could still regress with the help of ma'am, and she helped me integrate the
Okay.
past lives that I did see. So
Okay.
my relationship with my son is, I saw several lifetimes. I think in the session for 1 week, we did 4 or 5, but this was the most relevant, I think, to share here. Or be lifetimes there, but this is the most significant one, which I wanted to share here.
All
So a past life, which I see, and if you could turn to the next slide, ma'am, please. This is, I see myself, ma'am, year is 1893. I could see in the country and place, it didn't look like India, it's outside, and I could see the name just popped up like Scania. I've never heard of this name. And I see myself as a middle-aged woman, something similar to what the picture says. On the top right corner is me, my present self. And this is what I could see myself as. I come from an affluent family that has a lot of land and possessions, and I see myself as alone. And this was the kind of the house I see myself standing in front of. And me and my son, I love my son dearly, which is very relevant to today's lifetime. And but I'm alone. I manage all the day-to-day details of the business, which was at that time. And I really want my son, which is present day. He's an adult, the same age here, around 22, 23. And I want him to take over this because as every parent, responsibility le, apni zimmedari samjhe and lead a happy life. But I am unable to do that because he's not ready to take that responsibility. And that is my struggle in that lifetime. And I could feel the pain and emotion as a parent, especially being a single parent. And the the parallel is that even today in this lifetime, that's the same thing, same kind of emotion. And when I was in regression, I actually felt the same pain that I feel in this lifetime. I didn't realize, but it was so real. It was absolutely the same pain and emotions going through. And that is what the whole life lived like. In the end, and we have a lot of argument in that. And I just couldn't understand. My life ends with the thing that I wish my son takes up the responsibility and of the estate and everything around them. But that's the situation I am in that lifetime. And how it's parallel, it's almost parallel to this lifetime here. And for me, I just didn't understand what happened. So ma'am helped me integrate the regression, which was we both my son and my soul are caught in a matrix of lifetimes of karmic cycles. So I don't know how many lifetimes before we have been in the same situations because it's like parallel or matrix that we are caught in. And both our souls want to get liberated at some point from this matrix. In this lifetime, I believe I've got this enlightenment. There is lifetimes and we are caught in this. The awareness has come through with this past life regression. And also, I think the teaching here is love is endless, it's eternal. But the teaching is learn the art of attachment through detachment. Too much love as a parent. That is the biggest learning. And how I feel my situation is pretty much same in the sense that, yes, we need to still figure out aage kya hoga, but I think in this awareness has come through that has transformed my life. So, the fear, the restlessness, the insecurity, that has reduced a lot. What I feel is that I understand the whole cycle of life, the soul journey that has come through. And it's improved the quality of life. It's liberating to see And it's just a different way of learning. The guilt to a large extent, and there's brought calmness. So that's the biggest, I would say, transformation in my lifetime.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrinalini, for sharing your story. And I understand that, you know, I mean, a lot of mothers, I think all mothers, they all have a slight, maybe not too much guilt, but slight guilt, and they wish that they would have done better.
Yes.
Right? As we mature as mothers, we feel like, as I wish I had my children now, because back then I did not know as much as I know now, and I wish I could do better than what I did in my, you know, as when I was younger, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely accurate.
Yeah. And do you think there's a lot of acceptance after this PLR?
There is. That's the biggest transformation. It's acceptance. It's understanding. Yes. It's like I can see 360. I was able to see only 180 view of my life. I now see a 360 version of my life.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that story, dear.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So our last participant today is Nishita Chaudhary. And Nishita Chaudhary is a counseling psychologist, past life regression therapist, NLP master practitioner, numerologist, and a lecturer. And her issue was pain in the right shoulder and right arm, and that's the reason why she did her past life regression. And so, Nishita, please share with us your story of how did you heal your pain after your past life regression? Nishita, please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Varsha ji.
You're welcome, dear.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Same to you, dear.
We were undergoing a therapist training in Rishikesh, and when asked the participants to do regression on each other regarding any body pain that they have. So I had this pain in my right shoulder, which actually followed all over my right arm. So I was, I thought, why not, just give it a try and let's see what happens. So when I underwent regression, I saw myself as a Sardar, as a Sikh man who was traveling in a train from Pakistan to India during the partition in 1947. I was hiding basically in the train coach behind, the dead bodies laying all around me. And I was wounded, I was bleeding. And I remember that all of my family was killed during the riots that has, broken up in the Pakistan. So while I was hiding behind the dead bodies in the coach, I was very weak. Also, I was hungry and I was, traumatized by the bloodshed that has happened. So after a while, I see 3 to 4 other people. They were also hiding behind, the dead bodies in one corner of the coach. So that gave me a little ray of hope that, okay, I'm not alone. I'm also, traveling with people who are alive, who are also alone. So that gave me some kind of a strange, we can say, a relief. After a while, I hear some horsemen who were, riding along the train. ये लोग जो थे वो पाकिस्तानी रेंजर्स थे. They were, carrying their rifles with themselves and they were, shooting जो भी सर्वाइवर है ट्रेन में बचा हुआ उसको भी वो लोग मारना चाहते थे. They wanted to just shoot them. उनका बस एक ही एम था कि ये ट्रेन जो भी है पूरी लाशों से भरकर इंडिया में जानी चाहिए, कोई भी जिंदा नहीं जाना चाहिए. So उस वक्त जब मैंने उस हॉर्समैन को देखा, he was trying to get inside the train, तो मेरे अंदर, मैं हालांकि बहुत वीक था, हंगरी था उस वक्त और ट्रॉमेटाइज था, बट मेरे अंदर बस एक शक्ति कहीं से आई. मुझे था कि बस मुझे इस इंसान को ट्रेन में नहीं पहुंचने देना, मुझे इसको मारना है, बिकॉज आई हैव टू सेव माई सेल्फ एज वेल एज द 3 to 4 अदर पीपल दैट आई एम सीइंग इन द कोच. सो मुझे में कहाँ से पता नहीं एक हिम्मत आ गई और जैसे जो सिखों के जो 10वें गुरु थे, उन्होंने कहा था कि संत सिपाही बनना। सो कहीं ना कहीं वो जो टीचिंग थी उनकी, वो मेरे अंदर आ गई कि मैं सिपाही बनूं। संत तो मैं ही था ही उस लाइफ में, कि मैं बहुत ही गॉड लविंग पर्सन था, बहुत ही यंग सा ऐसा लड़का था जो डिवोटेड था अपनी गुरु की टीचिंग्स में। सो कहीं ना कहीं वो उनकी जो टीचिंग थी वो मेरे अंदर आ गई, और मैंने इससे, ये जो रेंजर था वो जब जैसे ही ट्रेन के अंदर घुसा कोच में, तो मैंने उसके साथ हैंड टू हैंड फाइट की। और वो मेरे से बहुत टॉल था, मस्क्यूलर था, हैवी बिल्ड था, बट समहाउ मुझे एक ही चीज थी मेरे अंदर कि मुझे इसको किसी भी तरह से ट्रेन के बाहर पुश करना है, बिकॉज मैं इससे लड़ नहीं पाऊंगा, मेरे में वो शक्ति नहीं थी। तो समहाउ आई मैनेज टू पुश हिम आउट ऑफ द ट्रेन। तो उस वक्त उसकी राइफल जो है वो ट्रेन में गिर जाती है। उस राइफल को मैं अपने राइट शोल्डर पे लटका देता हूँ, ऐसे ही टंगा देता हूँ। तो वो गन जो थी वो मुझे इतना, एक कहते हैं ना, दिलासा दे रही थी कि अब मैं सेफ हूँ, मैं इंडिया पहुंच जाऊंगा, और मेरे साथ ये जो 3-4 लोग ट्रेन में बचे हैं जिंदा, उनको भी मैं सेफली इंडिया तक पहुंचाऊंगा। तो आफ्टर वाइल, बिकॉज आई वॉज वीक, तो ये जो राइफल थी उसका जो वजन था वो मेरे शोल्डर पे बहुत मुझे पेन, दर्द दे रहा था, बिकॉज आई वॉज ऑलरेडी वुंडेड एंड ब्लीडिंग। सो ये मुझे बहुत पेन दे रहा था। तो दैट पेन कम्स फ्रॉम दैट माई पास्ट लाइफ टाइम। आगे मैं देखता हूँ कि हम ट्रेन जाके रुकती है अटारी स्टेशन पे, जो कि इंडिया में है। सो वहां पर जैसे ही ट्रेन रुकती है तो वहां पर बहुत ही केओस मचा हुआ है, और बहुत सारे लोग जो हैं वो अपने लव्ड वंस को रिसीव करने आए हैं स्टेशन पे, बट दे ओनली सी डेड बॉडीज ऑल अराउंड। एंड उस वक्त वो जो एक दर्दनाक जो एक माहौल था, एक जो मंजर था, वो देखकर मेरे अंदर बस वो एक कहते हैं ना कि भगवान का ही दिया कहीं ना कहीं मेरे अंदर स्ट्रेंथ आ रही थी। मुझे था कि मैंने तो अपना परिवार खो ही दिया है, अब इतनी लाशें हैं, इनका भी तो कोई नहीं है। तो मेरे अंदर वो बस इच्छा थी कि आई हैव टू नाउ क्रिमेट देम, जो भी अननोन जो डेड बॉडीज हैं जिनको मैं जानता भी नहीं। सो मैंने हंड्रेड्स ऑफ जो डेड बॉडीज हैं उनका क्रिमेशन किया और लोगों के साथ में मिलकर। सो आई वॉलंटियर्ड बेसिकली इन द क्रिमेशन। एंड वो क्रिमेशन के वक्त मेरे अंदर बस एक ही थॉट आ रहा था, वो जो गुस्सा था वो एक हेट्रेड में परिवर्तित हो रहा था, हेट्रेड टुवर्ड्स महात्मा गांधी। बिकॉज उस लाइफ में मुझे लगता था कि महात्मा गांधी कहीं ना कहीं रिस्पॉन्सिबल है फॉर दिस पार्टीशन, दिस ब्रूटल पार्टीशन। इफ ही विश्ड ही कुड हैव अवॉइडेड दिस ब्लडशेड, बट ही डिड नॉट एक्चुअली टेक एनी एक्शन, और कुछ सोचा नहीं उन्होंने। तो ये जो एक नफरत मेरे अंदर गांधी जी के लिए बनती गई, तो मेरा एक ही एम था कि अब मुझे गांधी को मारना है दैट लाइफ टाइम में। फिर मुझे पता लगता है कहीं से कि ही इज इन दिल्ली। तो मैं फिर कुछ वक्त के बाद फिर दिल्ली जाता हूँ। दिल्ली में आई प्रोक्योर पिस्टल, कहीं से कुछ जुगाड़ करके कहीं से किसी के पास से मैं पिस्तौल लाता हूँ। दिस इज अ पिक्चर ऑफ अ पंजाबी एक्टर, आई एम यूजिंग दिस पिक्चर इन दिस स्लाइड। सो या, तो वो पिस्तल मैं कहीं से प्रोक्योर करता हूँ। उसके बाद मुझे फिर इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है कि गांधी इज बैक इन दिल्ली फॉर सम डेज, और मैंने बस ठान ली थी कि अब मुझे गांधी को मारना है। तो मैं अपना पिस्तौल लेके निकलता हूँ रास्ते में। तो जैसे मैं रास्ते में आगे बढ़ता हूँ, मुझे एक गुरुद्वारा दिखता है बहुत बड़ा सा। तो गुरुद्वारा जैसे ही दिखता है, क्योंकि मैं गॉड लविंग पर्सन था उस लाइफ टाइम में भी, तो गुरुद्वारा को देख के मेरे अंदर कुछ परिवर्तन आता है, और मैं बस वो गुरुद्वारा की जो चौखट होती है वहीं पे ऐसे बैठ जाता हूँ। और बस मुझे जो अपने माँ बाप के लिए और जो भी रोना जो था वो मैं नहीं रो पाया था, वो उस वक्त गुरुद्वारा की चौखट पे बैठ के मैं बहुत रोया। और उस वक्त मेरे अंदर इतना परिवर्तन आया कि मैं तो गुरु का सिख हूँ, मैं ये चीज कैसे करता हूँ, किसी को भी मारने के बारे में मैं कैसे सोच सकता हूँ। ये जब थॉट मेरे अंदर आता है तो मैं बस हिम्मत करके उठता हूँ, गुरुद्वारा के अंदर जाता हूँ। वहां जो पाठी जो बैठे होते हैं, जो पाठ करते होते हैं, तो वो पाठी के आगे जाके बस उनके गोद में, उनके चरणों में ये पिस्तौल रख देता हूँ, और हाथ जोड़ के उनको बस कहता हूँ कि मेरे सिर पे हूँ सफेद पग बांधो, मतलब सफेद व्हाइट टर्बन मेरे सिर पे अब बांधो। मीनिंग कि मेरे अंदर ये जो भी वायलेंस का जो भी एक ख्याल आया था किसी को मारने का, वो सब निकल जाए, और अब मुझे अपनी लाइफ को 100% लोगों की सेवा करने में डेडिकेट करनी है। तो मैं ऐसा बोलता हूँ। जैसे ही वो जो पाठी होते हैं वो मेरे सर पे सफेद कलर का एक ऐसे पगड़ी बांधते हैं, उसके बाद देन आई डेडिकेट माई लाइफ टू सर्विंग द डेस्टिट्यूट्स, द नीडी पीपल, जो भी अबैंडन लोग हैं उनको। बस मेरा एक ही था कि जैसे गुरुओं ने लंगर शुरू किया था वैसे ही लंगर शुरू करना है, लोगों को खिलाना है, बस उनकी सेवा करनी है। तो मैंने देखा कि उसके बाद की जो मेरी जिंदगी थी, मैंने पूरी जिंदगी बस ऐसा ही किया। मेरे जो एक घर जैसा जो था, वहां पे चूल्हा मतलब 24 घंटे जलता था, खाना बनता रहता था, जो मेरे चौखट पे या दरवाजे पे आया उसके लिए मैंने खाना बनाया उस लाइफ में। So dying wish in that lifetime was, मेरा जो एक adopted kind of son था, उसको मैंने ये कहा था मरते वक्त कि इस चूल्हे की आग कभी बुझनी नहीं चाहिए, मीनिंग कि मेरे मरने के बाद भी इसी तरह लोगों को खाना मिलना चाहिए, लोगों की सेवा इधर होनी चाहिए इस चौखट पे. सो दैट वाज माय पास्ट लाइफ, जिससे मुझे एक मेरे पेन का तो आंसर मिला ही, बट देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जो इस लाइफ टाइम में थे, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम माय बर्थडे, व्हाई आई वाज बोर्न ऑन 15th ऑफ अगस्त. सो ये क्वेश्चन जो था मेरे मन में बचपन से था कि मैं 15 अगस्त को क्यों पैदा हुई. उसके बाद कुछ बड़ी हुई तो पता लगा मम्मी से बात करके, तो मदर ऑल्सो टोल्ड मी कि यू नो आई ऑलवेज विश्ड माय चाइल्ड first child to be born on the 15th of August, and see I was born on 15th of August. Then उस लाइफ टाइम में, पास्ट लाइफ में, मेरा एक डाइंग विश और भी था कि आई वांट टू सी माय मदर, आई वांट टू सी माय फैमिली. सो दिस मदर, द मदर, यू नो, मेरी जो करंट लाइफ की मॉम है वो ही मेरी पास्ट लाइफ की मदर थी. My sister in that past life is my sister in this lifetime as well. So we have traveled together, and मेरी मॉम और मेरी सिस्टर के साथ में जो मेरी लाइफ टाइम मैंने शेयर की, अब तक मॉम के साथ 3 लाइफ टाइम्स आई हैव शेयर, एंड माय विद माय सिस्टर आई हैव शेयर 4 लाइफ टाइम्स. सो दैट अडॉप्टेड सन जो पिछली लाइफ टाइम में था, जिसको मैंने टाइम विश सुनाई थी, दैट हैपेंड टू बी माय सिस्टर इन दिस लाइफ टाइम. So, and also me getting married to a Sikh, a Sardar man in this lifetime, although हमारा फिर eventually divorce हो गया because of some reasons. So I also saw that जो मेरे इस lifetime के जो मेरे ex husband थे, he was kind of my friend in my past lifetime, जिनके साथ मेरी इतनी अच्छी नहीं बनती थी, meaning I had, you know, good faith for him, but he never considered me as his friend. So जब पार्टीशन हुआ, जब ब्लड शेड हुआ, तो मेरे मन में कहीं ना कहीं वो भी था कि यार वो कहाँ गया, वो जिंदा है भी कि नहीं. सो यहाँ आने के बाद मैं उसके बारे में कभी जान नहीं पाया, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं मेरे अंदर था कि यार उसका क्या हुआ, वो है कि नहीं, वो जिंदा है, वो कैसा है. So maybe that feeling, you know, led me to meet my ex-husband in this lifetime as well. So anyway, so a lot of questions have been answered, you know. एक राइट शोल्डर के पेन की वजह से जो रिग्रेशन किया था, उसमें जिंदगी के पूरे सारे जो सवाल थे सबके जवाब मिल गए. सो एट द एज ऑफ 38 नाउ आई नो व्हाई आई वाज बोर्न ऑन 15th of August. So yeah, so that was my story, and thank you so much everyone for wishing me happy birthday. Thank you so much.
A very,
Yes,
very
Varsha.
happy birthday to you, Nishita.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday
much.
to you. Happy
birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, dear Nishita.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to
you.
you.
Okay, so Nishita, I have a question. What lessons did you learn from that lifetime?
Lessons, Varsha ji, I would only say that I have seen sort of 2 of my other lifetimes, and in all my lifetimes I have seen that, you know, I have devoted myself to serving the destitute, the needy. In one of my other lifetimes I saw myself as a follower of Shaivism, and I was a Mathadish who also was kind of unmarried, and he also devoted his life to teaching, you know, people about the Shastras and everything. In my other, the immediate past life that I saw as a Sardar, in that lifetime also I, you know, dedicated my life to serving people. And even in this lifetime, after my divorce, now I feel that I want to, you know, serve people. So teaching now has become you know, part of me, which connects me to my other past lives. So I love teaching, and I also have some other plans, you know, which were not linked actually with the past lives. I never knew that I did, you know, such services in my past lives as well. But then I do have some plans of, you know, dedicating my life to serving other people. So the only teaching that I could say from all the other lifetimes that I see uh, is that there is no greater good other than surrendering yourself completely to the Almighty. That's it.
Absolutely.
So that is,
Very well said.
yeah.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I would like to share something that I've read somewhere. I mean, actually, I have a calendar in my office which says, "Mere marg par tu kadam rakh kar to dekh, tujhko sabki gulami se na छुड़ा दूं तो कहना." And
Wow.
since it's Independence Day today, I would like to I would like to say this, that independence does not, I mean, whether we live in India or Pakistan or America, England, anywhere at all, the real independence actually is when you get liberated from this life of, the cycle of birth and death. Since we are talking about past life regression and all the past lives that so many of you have shared, and I myself have seen 14 of my past lives, which I would love to share with you all in the next episode. I mean, at least one of them. So we have taken innumerable births, right? The only independence, the real independence would be, to be liberated from this life of cycle of birth and death. No matter where we are born, in which world, there are 14 different worlds, no matter where we are born, but until and unless we unite with the Lord, we'll never be totally free. So the real freedom actually is when you unite with the Lord. So I would like to end with that note. And so this was our last participant. And I would say the story continues, to be continued. And please keep watching watch out for our future episodes of Past Life Experiences. Abhi
Varsha,
Hanji.
I would like to say something. I just, forgot to mention about the last photograph where I am wearing the, black turban and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is very interesting story about this photograph. When I was married to my husband, I was like, feeling कि उनको रोज ये turban बांधते हुए देखकर मेरे अंदर बहुत इच्छा होती थी. I want to wear a turban. So one day I just told him that I want to wear a turban. Can you please tie a turban on me? So he immediately, tied a turban. And then I made this mustache with my choti and all that. And he made me, wear his uniform. He's serving in the army right now. He's also currently serving. So yeah, so this is the story behind this picture. So this picture is my prized possession in this lifetime. And yeah, so that is the story behind this picture. I just wanted to share.
So did you take this picture before the regression or after the regression?
Much before the regression. I think 7-8 years before the regression.
This picture itself must have triggered the memory of that lifetime.
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Varsha ji.
You're welcome.
Can we take a question? I have a question. If it's as everyone shared, I wanted to know, means I'm very new into this. As ma'am was sharing, क्योंकि मैम आपका मुझे थोड़ा सा याद है रानी रूपमती का आपने प्रोग्रेशन जो भी PLR देखा, तो means sometimes there are other people also who see these figures, है ना, maybe रानी रूपमती का उनका भी कोई PLR हो, तो is it possible कि एक फिगर का, एक हिस्टोरिकल फिगर का, कि that is different people can have that past life?
No, that's not possible. No, single आपकी lifetime एक ही होती है. ऐसे नहीं कि 10 लोग can see the same lifetime. That's not possible.
Okay, that I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Ma'am, would you allow me to ask one question to Nishita also?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nishita, I wanted to ask you about the pain, right shoulder pain. You did not mention what happened to it.
Yes, the pain is gone completely. Now I don't feel any pain or anything in my right shoulder or right arm. So it's completely gone.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else would like to ask any question?
Hi, I would like to ask, I'm Namita Goel.
Yes, Namita.
I'm looking very ugly, so please don't ask me to just keep on my video on. You won't like me to see on your entire recording. So just one curious question. I also have had a violent past with my ex-husband and have been looking for this answer. And this question is actually to Dr. Trupti. Ma'am, I've done my family constellation with you, and I just want to understand that how many sessions of PLR would it take to get to the root cause of the answer even that I'm looking for, that why it happened to me, the way Nishita ji got her answer.
Nishita ji's session was only a single session. I think that's what I think all these people who have spoken today have all had single sessions only. It's not that they've had multiple sessions before this experience. Am I right? Preena, Nishita,
Yes.
Puja?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah,
Only one
session.
session is enough.
One session.
Yeah, just a single session is enough.
मैम
Thank
मुझे
you.
ये पूछना था कि जैसे मेरा तो कभी PLR हुआ नहीं, पास्ट लाइफ में मैं कभी गई नहीं। मैं किसी का करती हूँ तो सबसे पहले तो वो यही पूछते हैं कि आपका कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा। तो मैंने तो अभी तक कुछ ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस किया ही नहीं है। तो जरूरी है क्या कि सबका होता ही है पास्ट लाइफ, कि मेरे जैसे लोग भी होते हैं जिनका कि कभी नहीं होता, या मतलब हो सकता है आगे जाके हो जाए?
हाँ, अंजलि, आपको अगर याद है तो जब आप आए भी थे ऋषिकेश में, आपने कुछ प्रॉब्लम बताई नहीं। You said your life is going well, everything is going well, आपकी relationships अच्छी है, आपको कोई health issue नहीं है। तो what do you
मैं
want to
प्रॉब्लम्स को वैसे लेती भी नहीं हूँ कि मतलब मुझे मतलब वो लेट गो मैं बहुत जल्दी करती हूँ, चीजों को मैं पकड़ के नहीं रखती हूँ, शायद हो सकता है इस वजह से।
करेक्ट, तो वही
प्रॉब्लम तो सबकी लाइफ में होती है।
जैसे अभी आपने सुना, सबको कुछ ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स थी, सो दे वांटेड सम आंसर्स। अब आपको कोई आंसर चाहिए ही नहीं तो कहां से आंसर आएगा? यू हैव नो क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन होगा तब आंसर आएगा ना। आपको तो कोई क्वेश्चन है ही नहीं, तो व्हाट आंसर यू वांट? आपको प्रोब करना पड़ेगा, अपनी लाइफ को देखना पड़ेगा कि आपको क्या क्या क्वेश्चन है आपको अपनी लाइफ के बारे में। एंड माय डियर, इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी कि क्योंकि आपका कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हुआ है दैट मीन्स यू कैन नॉट बी अ गुड past life regression therapist. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। There are many people who may not have experiences, but they are excellent past life regression therapists. So you don't have to worry about it.
Ma'am, this is Vaidehi.
Yes.
From what you shared, did you have any question before you got that?
My session was extremely spontaneous.
So
I was in a workshop. I was attending a workshop of somebody, okay, Hyderabad mein, and she was doing a group past life session. And the memory just came to me. I had no question.
Okay.
So spontaneously the memory came to me. Not that I was seeking some answer or anything like that. Memory aane lagi mujhe. So sometimes, like let us say, you can have a spontaneous regression, Vaidehi. You know, you are so open, right? When your mind is completely open, spontaneous things, something can start. Maybe you want to receive something, but you are not aware of it. And suddenly the memory can open for you. That can happen to a lot of people. It's not only happening to me.
So even while meditating also sometimes like this, something can happen.
Meditation may be aa sakta hai, Vaidehi. But kya hai, when somebody is regressing, you know, like in a group also, you're following the instructions. So the instruction helps you to stay on track. Sometimes in meditation, it may not help you to stay on track, like the year or the place. But when somebody is regressing or even giving you instructions, you are being directed, no?
Sure. Yeah.
So that helps.
Ma'am, I would like to say something.
जी.
मैम, जैसे मेरा रिग्रेशन हुआ, मेरा तो बिल्कुल स्पॉन्टेनियस था। मैं तो रिग्रेशन करके आ रही थी किसी और का, और मुझे तो ये पता भी नहीं था कि मेरा टनल का कोई फेयर है। It just came just like that.
Correct, but
I had nothing to ask for.
But correct, when you told me this, I asked you to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So we used a bridge technique for you, and then you regress. Yes. So there was some technique that was used.
Yeah. So ma'am, that's what I want to say कि कभी-कभी ये जरूरी नहीं भी होता कि आपको पता हो कि आपका फेयर क्या है.
Correct.
Or it just comes out.
Correct. That can happen. Yes.
And Trupti ji, isn't it true that the healing happens when it's meant to happen?
Absolutely, Varshaji. Absolutely.
So sometimes people don't. Sometimes you keep telling. Like I have a lot of friends, who I can see they have issues, and I keep telling them, you need therapy, you need to do this, but they somehow don't ever, or even some of our family members. I keep telling them, but probably it's not their time to heal, so it doesn't. They don't even take that initiative to do a therapy or a past life regression.
Yes, Varshaji. See, the thing is that there are so many people who will tell you that mujhe problem hai, but I don't think it is a problem. So when I don't think it is a problem, I'm not considering it a problem, then I'm not going to be focused on it, no? Because I'm just allowing it to let it be, like to simmer around.
And could it also be karmic? Could it also be karmic that they are meant to go through that part of suffering, and it's not their time to heal yet?
Correct. And also it is equally karmic that you don't think of it as suffering. Exactly. You're just going along with life.
They think it's the norm. Okay. It's the norm.
Absolutely. Yes.
It so happened once with me, like I was doing a session, a past life session, where this lady had a lot of pain, and I regressed her, and she didn't see anything. But after a week, she called me and she says, "There's no pain. The pain has gone." She saw only darkness, darkness, and darkness, and she said, "There's no pain anymore." So that time also, she didn't see anything in the session also, but the pain was not there.
So the key to understand is, it's not that anything has to appear like a movie. Some cellular memory, something that you have stored in your cellular memory can even release when it is dark. You're not seeing it, but maybe your body is seeing it and it is releasing it. Yes. So that could also happen. Yes, you're right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Varshaji.
Thank you so
much. For initiating this, Shakuntala, for thinking about this. And both of you have put together such beautiful slides. And thank you, everybody, for sharing your stories. It really means a lot. And I think Varshaji, Shakuntalaji, and all of us have decided that this is going to be a regular series. And we're all going to put stories together of everybody who's seen past lives and how it has changed your life, and maybe others' lives can also be changed by listening to this. So, and Varshaji, you want to say this? Yeah, watch out.
So this is going to be continued, and watch out for our future episodes of past life experiences. Abhi aur raaz baki hai pichle janam ke.
And everybody can please subscribe to ma'am's channel.
Please share this video with, we're going to post it in the group, and then please share this video with people, and you may please subscribe to our channel, and please like this, and we'll see you in the next episode once again, and with more stories.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.